Okay, in this video what I wanted to do was to show you guys how to make a simple lathe to make a glass, some kind of like a drinking glass. And so we're going to use a spline and subdivision surfaces, and we're going to be using Maya's curve tools. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is switch to the front view. And what we're going to be doing is snapping to the grid. So the first thing we're going to do is go to our curve tools. Now we want to make sure our curve tool is set up correctly, so we're going to create curve tools, and we're going to be creating EP curve tools. And matter of fact, let's go in there and double check. Go to the settings, and by default this is like 3 cubic, which is a smooth, and I want a linear line. So I want my line to be linear, so I'm kind of drawing in chunks, and then it's going to be smoothed afterwards because we're using subdivision surfaces. All right, now the trick is I want you to be, a lot of this you're going to want to snap to the grid, especially here at the center, okay, because we want it to, the center is where we're going to revolve around, because we're going to do a revolve. So you want to hold down the X key, and then when I click, it's going to go right into the vertex here. And so I'm going to go straight out, and now I don't have to hold that down. I can do a more free form now. I'm not snapping to a grid. So I'm going to go out like this, and maybe if I hold down the shift key, I can go straight up, and I think I'll go into maybe here, and then I'm going to go straight over to holding down the X key to here. Actually, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to move that. All right, so let's go into my move tool, and we want to be on our edit points, and I'm going to move this one down, and I want it to be pretty much straight across like so. And then I'm going to create another curve, and I'm going to start it. Now if I hold down the V, it'll snap to vertices, and so I'll snap to that one. And then I'm going to go, and I'm making the thickness of how I want the glass to be. And then we're going to have it get a little bit thicker down at the bottom, and then I'm going to have the bottom a lot thicker so that the glass is kind of heavy at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and hold down the X and snap at this vertex, and then snap to that vertex right there. Okay, so Q to stop. Okay, so now that I have the curve, what I actually have here is 2 curves, because I created the first one and then I came back and created a second one. So we have to attach these together. So all you got to do is pick both of them. You can pick one and hold down the shift and pick the other, or you can just drag a box to pick them both. And you're going to go up here to curves, and we're going to go down to attach here. But I want to click this little settings button here. And what I want to do is tell it to connect the two together. And I don't need to keep originals, otherwise it'll keep these and give me a new one, and I'm just going to go ahead and attach them together. So I go attach, and now I have one curve that is attached together. All right, now that I have that, I can go ahead and switch to a perspective view. Okay, so now that we have our curve created here, we're going to do a revolve. But instead of going up here and click this revolve icon, we want to go to surfaces, and we want to go to our revolve settings. Now the reason we want to do this is by default it's going to create a nerve surface, and we want to go to a polygon surface. So we have to know how many segments we want, okay, and I'm going to want, I think 16 will be good. And so, as a matter of fact, let me go in here and just reset these settings back to the normal. Okay, then I'm going to go back to polygons, and then we're going to say 16. And down here on my controls, I want to go to control points. So it's going to give me 16 revolutions control points, and then I can revolve that. Now, since the curve didn't know which way we wanted this to point, we have to reverse the normals on this, which way it's pointing. So to do that, we go to Invest Display here and just hit reverse, and it'll reverse the normals on this. Okay, and if I hit my 3, then you'll see it's smoothing it. So let's go ahead and hide the curve. And so there you go. Now I can go in some sculpting with this. Maybe I want to harden this edge down here. So I'm going to go to my modeling toolkit, and let's go ahead and hold our control. Let's put us a loop down here. That way it's going to flatten the bottom out where this will sit okay. And if I wanted to, I could do the same on the inside. I could maybe make this a little bit more square on the inside. So let's go maybe there. That's going to square it on the inside. And then I may want to have the top a little bit square. I think it's okay though. All right, I think this looks pretty good. All right, so another thing we could do, if we wanted to, we could put a handle on this. Okay, so let's go back here and let's go to the top. Let's go to the top. And what I want to do is I'm going to rotate this. And I want it so that one of these sides is straight out here. So I want to rotate it so this is going straight out here. All right, so what I'm going to do is make us a little handle here. So we're going to put us a cut in. Say this is going to be where the top of the handle goes. And maybe this is here. And then the bottom of the handle, maybe, let's think about this. Maybe I want it to go maybe there would be okay. Okay, so let's make sure I get the correct one. So I'm going to go here. All right, let's go back to our perspective. So we're going to have the handle come out from here. So let's delete that to maybe here. Let's delete that. Okay, so now I should be able to go to edge, and then we're going to double click this edge here around this side. And then I'm going to hold down the shift key and double click this edge. And then what we're going to do is go in here to bridge. And we're going to want a certain amount of, we want this to be a bend, and we want, I don't know, maybe 10. Okay, why is it going on the inside direction? Going out. There we go. So there is a little handle. And then we're going to, wanted it, yeah, there we go. A little handle on it. Might need to put that a little bit further out for our end. So we may decide to, let's just take this one, and maybe move those out a little bit. Move this one out maybe a little bit, and maybe move this one out a little bit. And then I may want to put some loops in here. Let's see, maybe I want to take maybe this loop out. More like that. And that looks pretty good. So you don't, on your glass, you know, I gave you a bunch of reference. You don't have to put a handle on, but I'm saying you can if you want to put a handle on. And I think that actually looks pretty good. I think I'm going to let it go with that. So there you go. So a nice little cup. I could always, you know, come in if I want to solidify this a little bit. I can always come back in and put, you know, like a locking loop up here, which will give that a little bit more shape over there than just completely rounded. I don't think I want one on the inside, but we can see. Let's see if we want to put one on the inside. No, that's going to be a little bit too thick in our mouth, so let's take that back out. But I think that looks pretty good. All right, there you go. All right, so that's your goal, is when you come in for this assignment, I want 2 different ones. So that this is one, then I want you to create a second one. Okay, for example, let's just go ahead and hide this one. And this was, you know, I'm going to call this one, this is like a, I don't know, this is like a coffee cup. Let's do another one. So let's hide that one. H is hide. All right, so let's go back to our go to our front view again. Okay, this time I'm going to go with maybe a long stem martini glass, something like that. So I'm going to start in the center again. So I'm holding down my X key. And then I'm going to go out, maybe that's got a wide base, maybe like this. And then it's going to have a stem. So I'm holding down the X so this stays on, so it stays straight. And then kind of a martini glass kind of shape. So we'll go out, say maybe there, here, and then maybe there to there. Actually, I think I want to maybe lift this up, maybe a little bit taller, a little bit wider. Make this a little bit thinner, maybe something like that. All right, let's look at that. So let's go back to a perspective view. Yeah, okay. All right, so initially I'm just going to go here to Revolve to kind of look at it. And then I think that looks pretty good. Okay, and by the way, this Revolve keeps the last settings that I had. So since I'd set the settings up, it's set up for that. And we need to reverse the normals on this. Okay, so mesh display, reverse. And this is going to be very rounded right now. Okay, so we're going to put some locking loops on it. So let's go ahead and we're going to put a loop here, loop there. I want to keep the bottom fairly sharp too. So let's get us a loop here, here, and maybe there. Yeah, that'll keep that pretty good. All right, let's sharpen up the top lid a little bit. Let's go here and hide the curves. Okay, I just want to tighten this up a little bit at the top. So let's go ahead and Let's put a little bit of a here, and then maybe on the inside. That'll hold that shape a little bit. Okay. Let's put one down here too. And I think what I want to do is, I think I'm going to put a little dip in here. So I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go to vertex, and I'm going to pick this vertex, and I'm going to move it up. So I need to grab. Sure. It's not liking that, is it? What if I do faces? Take these, that's what I'll do. I'm going to take these faces. And let's see about extruding those. So it looks going to be really sensitive. So it's going to be like 0.02. Yeah, something like that. Let's try that. And the reason I'm doing that is it's going to make for light to penetrate through there and be a little bit more interesting than just a flat surface. Okay, there you go. There's a second one. So this is my martini glass. And then I got my coffee cup. So when you come in, I want two different types of glass containers, and then we're going to import, when we get in class, we'll import these into our stage that we did before, and then we're going to go put glass on these, but then we're going to do tinted glass, and so we're going to do some special things to this. So what I need is for you to have, when you come in, I need for you to have two glasses made. You can do more than two. We're going to stage more than two. We'll copy one of these or whatever, but we'll set up a nice kind of arrangement, and then we'll set those up to render with glass. Okay, hopefully that helps you. Thank you very much.